Well, we're living in pretty divisive times right now. You won't find any shortage of people disagreeing about COVID-19, the BLM movement, and of course, the up-and-coming election. So, Gordon, we're obviously going to come across at some point a comment or a post that just rubs us the wrong way. So, my question to you is, how do we guard our hearts and protect our hearts from offense? Because I'm going to be honest, I see things that I don't agree with, and
what do you do with that?
I mean, I do my best to not be offended, but I find, after it passes, it keeps coming back in my mind. And so how do I really let that go?
Well, some things, let's deal with just the basics. Some things you shouldn't let go. There is room in the Christian walk for righteous indignation. And Jesus is our example. When he found money changers in the temple, what did he do? Well, he didn't act immediately. He saw them, and then, there's this wonderful verse of how he left the temple area and he spent some time hand making a whip of cords.
Wow.
And then he went back.
Wow.
So, what should we be upset about? I think as Christians, we should be upset about things that are within the church that aren't right. And we should do whatever we can to correct that. Yeah. From God's point of view, his judgment always begins within the house of God. He always starts there, and then it flows out. So let's get ourselves right.
Yeah.
And how about a little righteous indignation over what's in your own heart, and not letting your conscience get seared, but keeping a very tender conscience before God. Now, in terms of how you interact with other people, I have learned that I can be remarkably offensive. And so you realize that, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. So how do you do that? And how do you share? I think one of the keys to not getting offended is staying in love. How do you guard your heart is actually the wrong way to look at it. How do you grow your heart?
Yeah.
How do you let your love be expressed? Because guarding your heart means you're creating barriers, and actually it means you're creating a hardness. You're walling yourself off.
Wow.
You're not engaging anymore.
Yeah.
And we even have words for it. Boundaries are healthy, and all of these things.
Scripture says protect your heart, but is that
guard your heart?
Okay.
For it is the wellspring of life.
Yeah.
And that has to do with, very specifically, don't give your heart casually. Don't get into relationships, particularly deep, committed relationships, that will cause your heart to get wounded. Do not do that. Okay. Be very careful.
So that's what that's talking about. But you're suggesting.
Now, did Jesus guard his heart?
No.
And yes.
And
he would have reserved. What did he reserve his heart for? For the joy set before him, he endured the cross.
Wow.
What was that joy set before him? The potential that Ashley would be with him for all eternity in heaven. So you're that joy. So in our relationships with other people, can we start realizing from an eternal standpoint, I'm going to spend eternity with you. That might be a clue that I should get along with you right now. And how do I love you unconditionally where you are right now? How do I have a heart of understanding towards you?
Yeah.
The other side of it, there's a wonderful book called Bait of Satan that talks about how bitterness, how easy it is for it to come in, how easy it is for you to stumble over offense. For me personally, one of the hardest things for me to do is forgive when I'm absolutely right and I'm absolutely righteous. And what you have done is wrong, and I can prove, and I can get all lawyer with you and prove you're wrong. just stay in love,
Yeah.
because love never fails.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashley Key. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so we can reach more people with encouraging content like you just watched, and so you never miss a beat. See you next time, and God bless.